Hello everyone! So for today's video, this is the continuation of our lesson number 1 in pre-calculus, which is about the circle. But this time, we're going to talk about the general form of the equation of a circle. The equation of a circle can be written in another form by expanding the binomials on the left side of the equation and then combining similar terms. Thus, we have here. So as far as you can remember, we have the standard form in a form of x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. Remember that during your junior high school days, you have learned about the FOIL method and how to factor polynomials even in a shortcut method. So you can apply your knowledge of it in this lesson. So how do we get the second equation? So simply, you can use actually the FOIL method, wherein you need to have this expression as x minus h multiplied by x minus h since you're using this squared. So same with this. Now, for the shortcut is that first you need to square the first term, and that is x. So x times x, you have x squared. Next, you need to multiply the first and the second term, which is x and negative h. So you have negative hx. After that, multiply the product to the 2. So we have 2 multiplied by negative hx, we have negative 2hx. And for the last rule, for the shortcut, is to square the last term. So you have negative h multiplied by negative h. The answer is h squared. Once again, you can use the shortcut method in the second equation or expression rather. So we have dy minus k quantity squared. Again, square the first term, that is y. So y times y is equal to y squared. Then followed by multiply the first and the second term. Then the product should be multiplied by 2. So we have negative ky multiplied by 2. You have negative 2ky. And for the last part is to find the square of the last term. So that is negative k multiplied by negative k. You got positive k squared. And then you can use the addition property of equality or the transposition method. So in this case, I simply use the transposition method, in which r squared, I put it on the left side or transpose it on the left side of the equation, so it became negative r squared. So simply arrange your given so that we have now the x squared plus y squared minus 2hx minus 2ky plus h squared plus k squared minus r squared is equal to 0. Okay? So for the last equation can be written in the general form of the equation of a circle. And that is x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f is equal to 0. So d, e, f are simply representation of the constants in that terms. Okay? So don't be confused by that. So now let us try to transform the equation of a circle from the general form to the standard form and even vice versa. So the next examples present the steps in writing the equation of a circle from the general form to the standard form and vice versa. So please recall the technique in completing the square, and this was introduced to you in your grade 8. Okay? So for our example, we have to determine the standard form of the equation of a circle that is defined by 4x squared plus 4y squared minus 4x plus 24y plus 1 is equal to 0. So for our solution, first is to, for you, to step 1, divide the given equation by 4 so that we can reduce the equation to its general form. Most of them are divisible by 4, so simply divide them by 4. So our answer would be x squared plus y squared minus x plus 6y plus 1/4 is equal to 0. How do we get that? Of course, 4x squared divided by 4, that is x squared. 4y squared divided by 4, that is y squared. negative 4x divided by 4, that is negative x, positive 24y divided by 4, that is 6y, and 1 divided by 4, that is 1/4. So we have now the answer. Now, the next thing you need to do is for you to group all the x and y terms and transpose the constant term to the right side of the equation. So, okay, so we group all the x and y. So we have x squared minus x, that's a group 1, and for group 2 we have y squared plus 6y. Then transpose the constant. Our constant is 1/4. So transpose it to the right side of the equation. So we have negative 1/4. Okay, so now, how do we get that? Okay, of course, follow step 3, 4, and 5. So for step number 3, you need to complete the square of the x terms and add 1/4 to the right side of the equation. How do we get that? Of course, as well as the step 4 and step number 5. Okay, so let me have you a short review of that completing the square. So how do I get 1/4 and 9 as the third term? Okay, so the first thing you need to remember is that you can get the value of the third term by simply dividing the constant in the second term to 2, then square the answer. So, looking at our example, the second term is negative x. Of course, you cannot see the constant, but there's actually the constant 1. So, you need to divide the constant in the second term to 2. So, you have 1 because negative x, so that is 1 divided by 2. Okay, then square the term. You have 1/2, square 1/2, that is equal to 1/4. How do we get 1/4? Because 1/2 times 1/2 is simply 1/4. Now, how do we get 9? Again, please look at the second term of the equation. The second term is 6y, and the constant is 6. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Then, square the answer, and that is 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So we have now the x squared minus x plus 1/4 plus quantity y squared plus 6y plus 9. Okay, so here it goes. As you can see on the slide, we have now the answer. Okay, so for step number 6, simply factor the left side and simplify the right side of the equation. This is easy since you already got the 1/2 and the 3. Simply factor it out. And actually, as you can observe, that is already in the standard form of the equation of a circle. You have the x, you have the h, you have the y, you have the k, and you have the r. So again, the standard form of the equation of the circle is quantity x minus 1/2 quantity squared plus y plus 3 quantity squared is equal to 9. So for the next example is that we need to determine the standard form of the equation of a circle defined by x squared plus y squared minus 14x plus 38 is equal to 0. So once again, following the steps that I gave you earlier, so we have this one. First is to transpose the constant term. Please beware of my mistake. That is negative 38. Okay, so for the second and third equation, so that is negative 38. Now, so we have here group the x, all the x and all the y, of course. So we have x squared minus 14x, the first group, and for the second group, that is only y squared, okay? Since there's no other y in the equation. So now, let us find the third term. Again, following the step, that is 14 for the second term. The constant 14 is being divided into 2 is equal to 7. Then, square the answer. That is 7 times 7 is equal to 49. So, we have now the third term. Since there's no other y, you can simply write down the y squared. Now, since we add 49 on the left side, we should also add 49 at the right side. Okay? So then, we can simplify this and factor out the given. So we have x minus 7 quantity squared. Again, using the FOIL method or your knowledge in factoring, x minus 7 quantity squared is simply equal to x squared minus 14x plus 49. So we have negative 38 plus 49 is equal to 11. So in that case, our answer now is that the standard form of the equation of a circle is x minus 7 quantity squared plus y squared is equal to 11. For the last example, we need to determine the general form of the equation of the circle defined by x plus 5 quantity squared plus y minus 6 quantity squared is equal to 4. So again, you can use the shortcut method. So we have x multiplied by x or x squared. We have here next, x times 5 is 5x multiplied by 2, that is 10x. Last, we have 5 squared or 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Next is y times y or y squared. Next is y times negative 6 is negative 6y. Times 2, you have negative 12y. Next is negative 6 times negative 6 or negative 6 squared is simply equal to positive 36. Then transpose the constant from the right side to the left side. We have negative 4 is equal to 0. Now arrange your given. So we have x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 12y plus 57 is equal to 0. Remember, in arranging your terms, always look at the exponent. The higher the exponent, that would be the first term for the whole equation. So for our answers, that the general form of the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 12y plus 57 is equal to 0. So again, try this. Read and analyze the following problems. Show your solution. For letter A, you can transform the general form of the equation of each of the following circles to its corresponding standard form and determine the center and the length of the radius. And for letter B, you need to write each equation of a circle in the general form.